Welcome to another edition of Planning Analytics Workspace. Did you know? My name is Bill Primaral. I'm the Worldwide Technical Sales Leader for IBM Planning Analytics with Watson. And today, we're going to explore the new Cube Viewer that came out with version 71 of Planning Analytics Workspace. Planning Analytics Workspace 2.0.71 update included a completely redesigned new Cube Viewer and set editor. This new Cube Viewer provides a streamlined experience to build and consume cube views. It introduces more flexibility for the book authors, exposes capabilities and functionality that was hidden or was difficult to find. That new Cube Viewer and set editor are currently optional, and the administrator can choose whether to enable it or not in this latest version. But when you enable the new Cube Viewer and set editor, that doesn't remove the access to your classic Cube Viewer and set editor. You can still mix and match your cube on the same book. So let's go take a look. Here we are in the totally awesome new workbook that we created in our last episode. But today, we want to explore the new cube. So let's go and add a new view to our book, and I'll show you some of the new capabilities. So let's get started here. The first thing I want to do is go in and find the view that I want to work with here. Let me just add this. Now, if you notice, you do still have the option for your classic cube as well as your new cube. So I'm going to go here and I'm just going to add this new. Once I have my new view loaded onto my workspace, some pretty cool new options that I have available to me. If you notice here, I've got little icons next to each of the members that were selected. That says iconography. I also have the ability to put the dimension name, the hierarchy name here. Now, if you notice, on my view here, my consolidated members, they're bold compared to the leaf members. And that is some of the other options that we've brought in here into the Cube View properties. If I go right here into my custom, this is that bold consolidation, and everything else here is all still the same. One of the other new enhancements that was included in version 71 was the new set editor, which I'm going to also showcase that in an upcoming episode, but today I'm going to get a sneak peek. I can now invoke the set editor in two ways. From the down arrow here that you're familiar with, like in my dimension, but now it's able to invoke it from here, or by going to the ellipsis right next to the dimension, and I can open the set editor from here. In this instance, I just want to keep January through June, and I'm going to keep them. But next, I want to move my versions from the column. So now, if you notice, as I move my dimension, you'll see the drop zone clearly. And there's really nothing new here. But did you know that the new Cube View in IBM Planning Analytics Workspace gives you the ability to use an asymmetrical approach that allows you to display a combination of elements without repetition? IBM Planning Analytics with Watson gives you the ability to quickly create views of your existing data. Typically, the views like you see here are symmetrical, which means that any row or column that has multiple elements of the same dimension, you're going to see it repeated for those combinations like we have right here. What if I only wanted to have actual for the first 4 months and budget for the remaining months? I can do that by going and turning on target selecting. First thing I'm going to do is I just want to keep my budget and my actuals. I'm going to keep those, get rid of everything else. Now I'm going to turn on my target selecting, and I select actual for the first 4 months. Keep that. Now I've got my actuals for the first 4 months, and I want to go and just keep budget. And now I've created a view that has actuals for 4 months and budget for the remaining. And that was something that you would not have been able to do in a classic Cube View. So there you have it. Did you know in the new versions of Planning Analytics Workspace, you can have a new Cube View, a new set editor, and create an asymmetrical view on the fly. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to bringing you some of these new features and capabilities in an upcoming episode.